He shot up a school, killed 2 people, and was sentenced to life in prison with no parole.
Tonight, a U.S. Supreme Court ruling could clear the way for the eventual release of Jamie Rouse. New at 6, as Nick Barris tells us, many figured the convicted killer in a crime that shocked the state would die behind bars. Now that may not be the case.
To many, this came as a surprise, and that likely includes Rouse himself. No one thought he would ever get out, and that's still a long shot. But this ruling raises questions. This crime shocked not just the state, but the country. Rouse went on a violent rampage at Richland High School in Giles County 20 years ago.
Basically, I just go in and start shooting people.
Rouse was 17 when he took a semi-automatic rifle into the school. He killed fellow student Diane Collins and a teacher, Carolyn Foster, before he was subdued. A few years later, I met with Rouse for an exclusive interview in prison. Do you take responsibility for what happened?
Of course I do. I mean, I can blame, music or movies or other people for what I did, but, they played a part in, I guess, developing my mindset, but it was my choice.
Rouse was sentenced to life in prison without parole. But now his lawyer, John Herbison, says the U.S. Supreme Court's decision could change things.
This decision gives him an opportunity, if he chooses to file a petition for post-conviction relief.
The High Court ruled against automatic life sentences with no chance of parole for teenage killers, that they are different than adults and judges should consider their youth and immaturity. Rouse had talked about teenage anxiety.
I was a kid without hope, and, I thought my life would be better, dead. And
it's not clear yet if Rouse will petition the court, but Herbison says the ruling could affect sentences for many teenagers convicted across the country of the very worst crimes.
It is significant for juvenile offenders who are tried for homicide as adults.
I spoke to District Attorney Brent Cooper, who would handle the Rouse case if it came to that. He says he's still researching the court's decision, but he says that he doubts it will result in the early release of Rouse or any other juvenile killers in Tennessee. We'll see. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.